Hello traders, welcome to the Mini Thunderdome. If you're a subscriber, welcome back. Thank you for the support. If you're new to this channel, we're a live streaming trading channel. I'm trading my PA accounts through Apex. If you're interested in starting evaluation, I always have a 90% off coupon code under my video description. Alright, so don't make the mistakes that I make or the mistake I made. Alright, so I'm going to do a little recap of what happened today and the mistakes and how I could have corrected them. But because of the mistake, I wasn't able to because I didn't know what was going on. Alright, so let me switch cameras here. So this is going to be educational for across the spectrum, from beginners to advanced, because I'm an advanced trader and I screwed up. So, alright, let's switch cameras here. So the market today opened up, at the high it was $1.48, so 148 positive. That is a good solid trend. So I thought that the market was overbought, and right away I started saying the market is overbought, it shouldn't be here. But I think it's here. I think it's at this level because of the overnight low liquidity. It's easier to move the market in the direction that you want, and also because it was the second day that we had started a new month. We went from April to May. Today is February 18th, 2025, and right now we are trading, we just started trading the May contract. Okay, so immediately it sold off. It went from, at the opening, this is the opening candle, it went from 68.17 all the way down to 67.80. I'm a trend follower. Everybody should be a trend follower unless it's showing something else, unless there's a report, unless there's war with crude. Then you need to be flexible and you need to go with the flow. At that time, nothing had come up. There was no reports, so I wasn't really worried about the market going to zero or going negative. So then I started to look for a stall and then a pullback for me to go long. At that point, we were closer to making a new high than making a new low. So I took a total of 3 trades, but 2 of them were the same trade, kind of. I'm not going to get into detail, but I took 2 longs, okay? But I never took a short because I was following my rules. Every morning I sign a contract that I'm going to follow my rules. I'm going to follow the setups that I've worked through, that I've decided that they're profitable, that I have an advantage. So I never had a short setup. I had 1 long and then I took a blind trade. A blind trade is a trade that not all of my setup is correlating, but I feel that there's a possibility that it is a good trade, that the market is showing me otherwise. And that one was based on a solid support area, and it did bounce off of that, but I was already negative at that time, and it went 3 ticks from my target, and I thought I was going to go and hit it, and it didn't. It ran right through. At the time, I didn't know that the market had its own target, and that was the mistake that I made, and that is I didn't do proper homework. I tell everybody, even if you're not going to trade, you need to do homework every night. If you think you're gonna make money being a weekend warrior, I'm gonna trade part-time, unless you're the 1%er genius, no feeling, ice cold guy or gal, okay. But if you're the regular Joe, if you're the 99% of us, you're not going to make it if you at least don't look at the market every day. And you don't have to trade every day. I suggest you're not trading every day, but at least before work or after work, look at the market. And that's what I failed to do. I failed to do the proper homework. And this is what happened right here. So, yesterday was Monday. That was the first day of the new month. I usually don't trade the new month if it falls into a weekend, or if I'm going to trade, I still trade the old month at least one day. So yesterday I decided not to trade, so when I did my homework Monday afternoon, I only looked back at the RTH. I failed to go back into Sunday. And that's what caught me right there, is that I failed to see a gap. The market was gunning for that gap. Usually a gap is filled in the same day. See all this here? Gap filled the same day. And because it wasn't, because it coincided new month and weekend, it didn't close the gap. This move here, I believe it was because of the strike on Yemen. I think it happened on Saturday or Friday afternoon. It had already made a move because we are in the US. Markets open earlier when it's our Sunday. Some markets are already opening. Australia already opens. So I failed to see the gap. And that was, I made two mistakes today. That was the number one, and that one is the one that I forgot that the market is random, because I kept on thinking, oh, it's not going to go to zero. No, it's going to stop. It's going to at least do a pullback. I was just going for pullbacks. I wasn't, I even said, I don't think, at a certain time I said, I don't think we're going to make a new high. I'm just going for a pullback, because that's what the market does. It goes up like a stairway, like steps, or down. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking for a big move. So I failed to see that, and that's what the market was gunning for. And boom, there it is. It closed the gap, and then because at this point here it was already negative right under that line, it picked up momentum, kept going. And then number two mistake that I talk about every single day, almost every day, is stay focused. Don't look at phone. Don't look at email. Look at the charts. And I went long right here. And yeah, the market is not, I had a target of 37. It was 67.37. And I thought, okay, it will trickle up. Well, trickle is down. It will climb up, or is that wrong? Well, I don't know. But I thought it was going to go up slowly. But in one bar, it went all the way to 34. By the time I noticed this, it was already down to my entry. And the reason I didn't see it is because I was working on the thumbnail for the morning stream instead of paying attention to the market. This is why it's crucial. Because if I had seen that, this is a 5-minute bar. I would have had at least 4 minutes to raise my stop or get out with at least making all of my money back. Because at this end of this candle here, I would have been up about $1,600. I would have made my money back plus $1,600. But because I was paying attention, by the time I closed the whole screen of Photoshop, it was already down to my entry price. I was able to get out without losing money, but I lost a chance to make my money back plus get out with profits. So always be focused. Do your homework. Go back in time so you don't do what I did. I was able to take a short. I think I took a short here. I think it was, or here. I know that I made half of my money back. So it was not as bad as a day. But if I knew that the market had a target, and if I was paying attention even afterwards, okay, I screwed up. I didn't look at the gap. but I would have had an opportunity to make a profit. So guys, go back in time, do your proper homework. Sometimes you may have to go back 2 or 3 days, especially if you missed a few days of homework, and then pay 100% attention to what's going on in the market. All right. Thanks for watching. I hope that I'm able to help somebody. I mean, it's 9:16 here p.m. I'm not doing this for clickbait. I'm exhausted. I'm doing this because I'm here trying to give back and help people through my mistakes, through my experience, so you can be profitable. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you live in the Thunderdome. Thank you.